following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Let's go to John in Austin, Texas. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hey, buddy.
How you doing, man?
I'm so good I can't stand it. How about you?
Good, man.
God bless you. All of God's best to you and your family.
Wow.
You teach us how to make money. You are such a man of integrity and honesty.
Right.
I so admire what you do in your show, and you just deserve a whole lot of credit. And the other thing is you would be hard-pressed to invest in something that's going to bring you a better return than that gold report. It is fantastic, buddy. I just so appreciate you helping us make money.
I appreciate it, man.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. It's a TGIF, folks. Let's make it a great one. Be strong. Go with your hat and believe in miracles, because anything can and will happen. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 268. Nasdaq's off 153. S&Ps are down 40. Gold contract up $7.60, trading at $11.65. They just can't whack gold down, folks. You have the dollar index up 500 ticks. It went to a lower low, had higher volume, came back. Bottom line, doesn't matter. Gold's going up to that 1192 area. You get a Friday. Really unusual that they couldn't whack gold down. You're in the middle of a B to a C of an ABC structure on the way up, and this straight line move is happening. Silver's up 2 cents, 14.87. Platinum is flat at 9.07. Copper down 4 pennies at 2.08 a pound. Light sweet crude trading at down 93 cents at $30.79. We got... second. Sorry about that. The bonds, the 10-year bond up 3 ticks, 130.12. 30-year note, 30-year bond up 17 ticks, 163.09. They've been higher. They're still hanging at those highs out there. King dollar up 538 ticks at 97.02. You have the euro down 60 at 111, and the yen is traded at 116.91. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? We have volatility continuing in spades. The SPY right now is down $4.20. You've done 130 million shares. You're going into the lows of Wednesday, where we did 205 million shares, and you're going into the high of the low, which is 187.49. Okay, so this is really cool, which we have shaken out here, folks. This is what it is. You get a Friday, going into the weekend. That gold market is moving topside because of buying, number one, but the nervousness in the market is pretty intense. So, on a daily basis, you're coming into all these swings with dramatically lighter volume. On a weekly basis, because we're going to be able to get the weekly basis right now, same type of setup, dramatically lighter volume. Now, as we come into this last 60 minutes of trading, what you're going to be looking for is you're going to be looking for a rejection of the 187.49 once again. What's going to be really cool here is this. The contraction of volume inside the S&Ps is dramatic. Inside the indices, it's just as dramatic. So you have fast price destruction with light volume. We've done 711 million on the indice right now. That'll come in about 1.1 billion. That's really light in the context of what you're coming into, because you're coming into the downdraft that was created out there on the 20th. And if you want to see that correlation is pretty intense. The correlation is 1.474 billion. Okay, so now we'll see whether we get the rejection of price as we come into it. I suspect you're going to get the rejection of price. Why? Because you've had a fast, furious market out here. The mantra would be that it would continue lower lows going into the weekend, because who the heck wants to buy coming into the weekend? There's no doubt about that. What you're going to have here, though, is that there's a large amount of folks that have been, trading it down all day long, and, that type of trader does not want to go home short over the weekend. Not when you've had a week like we've had, which is a huge week for the short positions in the marketplace. So bottom line, just start all over again on Monday, and I expect what you're going to just see there is that you're going to just see buying coming into the close, covering short positions, not necessarily real buying. Now, NDX 100. Now, the NDX 100, that's the S&Ps. NDX 100 is a different animal, and it's what it is. NDX 100, the three Qs are down with 54 million. You broke a swing with 54 million. You're coming into the January 20th level, and the January 20th level, the low is 97.25. That's going to go after the low. We're right next to it right now. So that baby wants to go after that level. Gold contract. What do we have with gold? Bottom line, folks, gold is doing a B2C of an ABC structure on the way up. These are always fast, furious, all of the above. You're up 750 right now. Monster volume, by the way. We've already done 188,000 contracts, and we're at 1164 right now. 1164 is the lows of the highs that are generated out here. I expect that you're going to see this 1191. You're going to see it pretty quickly. If we go over to the GLD had already confirmed that it's doing an ABC structure on the way up. It took its B point out, took it out with volume. The GLD is trading at 111. That's on its way to 113.99. That's going to be really easy to hit, by the way. I mean, really easy to hit. Gold equities, same type of setup. They just continue going into higher price. Oil contract. What do we have with oil? Oil contract out here is trading at a price point down 92. You're at 3080 rather. That baby is backing down with dramatically lighter volume. So when you're looking at the marketplace, it's going to be really sweet because gold wants higher price. Oil wants higher price. This is a building cause. What we have with oil is this. 3482 is a high volume swing. That was left over from the 28th. That high volume swing had 833,000 contracts. We pulled down, and as we pulled down with 603,000 contracts on February 2nd. We're pulling into the 600,000 contracts with 547. Decent setup for higher price. 10-year note. What do we have with the note? Bottom line with the note, these are hanging at highs. It's a flat market out here today. You've had the price spread out here, but bottom line, you stay at highs, they can go higher. King dollar. What do we have with King dollar? King dollar went to a lower low today with volume. So it rejected that low. What you have, though, is that we've done 41,000 contracts. It got down to 96.04. You're trading at 97.01 right now, and when the job number come out, and this is what's so cool, when you always get these spikes, if you were listening to the program this morning, we knew that the gold contract had gone higher, spiked higher, gave it up. Dollar index had gone lower, hasn't come back to it yet. That basically also will get tested, that low being the 96.04 number. This is Tom O'Brien, this is TFNN. Dow right now is down 267. Nasdaq's off 149. S&Ps are off 39. And folks, if you'd like to test drive the gold report, great time to do it. Come over to our website at TFNN. Go to newsletters. Go to investment newsletters. You can test drive the gold report 30 days, absolutely free. Next edition comes out Monday morning. You stay right there, folks. And man, Mr. Steve Rhodes is going to be coming back. We're going to be growling and prowling with you.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, Nasdaq, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Until recently, it was almost impossible for the average investor to hedge against currency risk in Europe or Japan. For a bold trade on Europe or Japan that protects against moves in currency, trade HEGE or HEGJ, 2 times currency hedged leveraged ETFs from Direction Investments. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. And don't forget, folks, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we do live programming 8 o'clock in the morning to 5 in the afternoon. Tuesday, Thursday, 7 o'clock in the morning to 6 in the afternoon. Get it, all of it, right on your cell phone, TFNN.com. Hit Tiger TV. Our man, Mr. Steve Rhodes, does an outstanding show every trading day, 1 to 2 Eastern Standard Time. Also has a great newsletter, Mastering Probability. Now, coming this next Thursday, at February 11th from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. He's going to be doing a webinar for his subscribers to Mastering Probability. You can be one right now, folks. You can come over, you can test drive his newsletter, 30 days absolutely free. Get a great newsletter for 30 days, and also come in this webinar February 11th from 6:30 to 7:30. Steve Rhodes, what's going on?
And we're backing up the truck. And when I say backing up the truck, we are putting so much into next Thursday's workshop. I haven't done an event for subscribers or anyone for, I think, a little over a year. I may have done a workshop that was dealing with the psychology of trading, which is so important.
Okay.
But haven't done anything.
Man, that's crazy. That's fast, man. Time is a weird thing, man. It really is.
Oh, it is. And, you speak of time, most of our listeners, a lot of our listeners out there are people that are taking long-term strategies have got to be very frustrated over the past, year and a couple months, perhaps. But yet, from a trader's perspective, it has been an amazing market. In 2015 was good. 2015 was great for Mastering Probability subscribers. We beat the S&P 500 by like 1,700%. So, and we made money. Just like yesterday, I heard you talking about the gold and gold trade. And we took a trade off yesterday, 92% profit inside of the gold market out there. But when we take a look at the market right now in 2016, it's been an extraordinary two-way market.
There's no doubt.
Yeah, and wide trading ranges out there. So the question becomes, and it's a great time, I think, for people to be able to learn a number of different technical tools that can assist them in understanding how to identify market tops, market bottoms, how to be able to trade, understand where they're at in the trade. And that's what's so cool about next Thursday. Next Thursday. Because in this case here, oftentimes I do a workshop and show unique or different patterns out there. This time, and I'm still going to do that this time, but what I've done this time to make it unique is clients, subscribers are going to be able to actually use these tools. So these are tools that you can't find, that are not available anywhere else. So let me give you an example of some of those. And let's just take a look at a long-term chart out here. So one of those tools is being able to, the markets, for whatever reason, they make this unique top, at least you want to be paying attention to tops and bottoms when they make this seventh, I like to call it the seventh inning stretch, a seventh wave, which I think might have been Taft. One of the presidents is the one, I believe, that is, if you're a baseball lover, is recognized as the person that came up with it. I guess he was at a baseball game and in the seventh inning was frustrated. There weren't that many teams back in the 20s out there. He got up for a bit and everybody stood, thinking that he was leaving just out of respect for the president.
Yeah.
And then he came back a few minutes later, and that's what created the seventh inning stretch. Now, in the markets, we have our own seventh inning stretch, and that is when you get to a wave count of 7. And sometimes identifying these wave counts, I've just simply created a tool out here that people are going to be able to access. It's very simple. They're going to be able. It's all for free, so they're going to be able to get and try this for the next 30 days out here, just simply by attending the workshop. And it's just a matter of being able to identify a swing point, which I'll teach them. And when it gets to that seventh inning stretch out here, it's a time to pay attention. And I'm going to show them how they can trade that intraday, long-term. Now, in the case of the Dow Jones, that's what we're looking at here on the monthly chart. It reached that cycle back in May of last year. And so we really, and we've got really a wide trading range. Until those lows get taken out from August 24th, we could have just one heck of a trading range out here. So on an intraday basis, it works well. So that's going to be one tool that I'm going to be sharing with folks and teaching them how to use that. We had an important bottom that took place here a couple of weeks ago. This happens to be a weekly chart for the S&P 500. And even though I've got it already labeled out here, from the high going back to November 2015, we also happen to have that seventh inning stretch candle. And for those people that own your book, and everybody should own that book out there, they know that one of the things that you teach is that when you make an A to B equals CD up to the upside or the downside, that is 2.0, a 1 to 2, what's the market going to do? Something different.
Change the trend, right?
Yep.
Right.
And that's exactly what happened in the S&P 500 the week of January 20th. Now, the beautiful thing about that is you talk about how the market squawks, walks, and talks. Well, I believe that it does that as well, and it also does that through Japanese candlestick charting. And the S&P 500 made that nice hammer candle at that 1 to 2 A to B equals CD. So I'm going to teach people how to master that C to D leg, how to recognize, be able to project price and where it goes. So that tool also is going to be available to folks, and that's using the Ninja Trader platform. I'll show them how they can get access to end of day. So for those folks that don't trade intraday, beautiful. They can have free end of day data feeds on this, and I'll teach them how to go ahead and use that pattern out there. So that's on the A to B equals CD. Now, in all these patterns, another great pattern out here is being able to, especially for intraday traders, is being able to take advantage of those TAS market profiles. And that's another tool. John Logan has worked with me to be able to provide these market profiles on this Ninja Trader software for the next 30 days, beginning next Thursday, the next 30 days. And I'm going to teach them some amazing, unique ways to be able to utilize these profiles to be able to understand what the market is communicating to us. So they've got access, and you've got the newsletter service, which means you've got access to me, which I'm there to assist people with. I've got the workshop next Thursday. I'm going to do a follow-up.
And you got a nice volatile market, which is awesome, right?
Yeah. And it just really to help anybody with their trading. So we really are backing up the truck. We've opened this up to all listeners out there. It doesn't matter whether you've been a subscriber in the past or not. You've got my free money management workshop. So it's just a way for us to be able to give back to folks out there. And I want to be able to, so many times I'm teaching people about the tools. This time, not just teaching them about the tools, but actually allowing them to be able to put those on their screens and use it. So,
and the way you do it, folks, come over to our website at TFNN. Now, you're going to see right in the very top of the carousel, Mastering Probability, the Trader's Edge. And if you can make it, that's awesome, okay? It's February 11th, next Thursday. 6:30 to 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. And if for some reason you can't make it, folks, it's cool, because what ends up happening is we get great technology. You're going to be able to go on your page for a full 30 days and go over this workshop as many times as you want, okay? You're going to get, of course, Steve's newsletter for a full month, which is absolutely awesome. So check it out right on the front page of TFNN. You have all weekend to take a look at it. And the volatility is here. And as Steve had said, folks, whether you're a bull or you're a bear, inside a market like this, when you have a 35-point spread just about every day in the S&Ps, well, guess what? You can make hay when the sun is out, man.
You absolutely can. So, hey, thanks, Tom. Have a great weekend. And let's hope for a good Super Bowl, something exciting.
Yeah, oh, it's going to be a great Super Bowl, I'm sure. Have a great one, Steve. Have a safe one. Look forward to the show on Monday. You stay right there, folks. We'll come right back. Dow is down 239. Nasdaq's off 142. S&Ps are off 36. We're going to be right back.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go to Bob in San Jose, California. Hey, Bob, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. You having a good day out there?
Yeah, pretty good.
Cool, man. What are we going to look at?
ESS?
ESS, Essex Property Trust. Let's see, it's a REIT. They specialize in multifamilies in California and Washington. The low is 202 today. The high is 244. They pay a 2.8% dividend. So what are you looking at here?
Well, I shorted it at 235. I bought the April 200 put.
Oh. How pretty is that? Interesting. Okay, so let's take a look at it. This equity is breaking down, folks, and so it's breaking. Let me put this up on a weekly basis. So you broke the consolidation it's in. The top of that, the bottom is 205. You broke it, and you broke it with volume this week. You can get some real action on this, man. When does this? What month do you have?
Okay, I have the April 200. I paid $295. It's printing like 730 now. So I was wondering, should I hold on more or take profit?
I'd hold some. Right? How many do you have?
They're expensive. I only have like 2 of them.
Okay. No, normally I'd say sell one because you can sell one and have a monster profit already and pay for it. But I'd hold them right now because this is okay. So watch this, folks. This is a breakdown, and the breakdown, is fairly large. And the next stop on this is like 196, but you can get like 174 out of this thing, man. And
okay.
And this is what's also going on. So watch how this goes. So this is pretty cool because they're doing business, okay? They're doing business in California and the state of Washington. We have a real estate fund. I happen to know what the rent structures are right across the world. No, not in the world, the United States. And the way that we move properties out is that as soon as the rent structure will not sustain the price that you can sell, that's when bubbles develop, and but bottom line is that's when, whether it's a year or 2 years after that market will blow up. What's happening in California and Washington is that these guys can't raise the rents any longer, and so fundamentally what you have there, the rents are astronomical out there to begin with. The prices are even more, but what ends up happening is that if you take the rent structure on a cash flow basis, it will only come to about half of what the places cost. So they got a real problem, and that's, anyone that basically is even a fundamentalist knows that. So I think you get big action, man. And, well, you're out there. You're in San Jose, right?
Local value, like the housing's ridiculous.
Right.
But
You get
down though.
in San Jose, what? It's $1 million for probably 600 feet, right?
Yeah. Just the garage.
Yeah, no, I know. So bottom line is that you get a good trade there, man. Maybe next week you take one of them off and then you ride the other one.
And I just want to let you know, I've been listening to you for like 20, 30 years, so keep up the good work. I hope you don't retire anytime soon. I don't plan on ever retiring. I know it's too much fun. And not only that, what happens, folks, is that you gotta. We all have to do something, man. Think about it. You either live or you die. And that, that Shawshank Redemption, when you always just hear that thing, it's like, hold it, man. You're not going to stop. Because if you stop, guess what? You're dead. That's it. It's over. It's like, really? Like, that's no fun, So right, I'm going to be here. And all you Tigers and Tigers are going to be there. And, when they take us out, man, they're going to take us out trading the S&Ps. Huh? 30 years. It's like in the 80s in Boston on that AM radio station.
You know what? It's pretty scary when I actually when I think backwards when I started, and then I think forwards, because now I'm thinking, wow, when I started, I was this age, and now if I think forward, man, I'm going to be out here at 95 and the S&P. Yeah, hey, listen, bottom line is that it's awesome, man, and we appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here, man. Thanks, Bob. Right. Have a great one, man. Have a safe one. Let's go to Charles in Daytona Beach. Hey, Charles, what's going on?
Great, Tom. I'm glad to hear you're not going to be retiring so you can constantly be giving us our guidance.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you putting up with me out there. Believe me. It's seriously, man. So,
I have a question on Freeport McMoran. Do you think that it could pull back to where it gapped up yesterday?
You get Freeport McMoran, folks. Okay, let's see. It's trading right now. Doesn't have to. I like what's going on in this whole arena, man. Meaning Freeport McMoran. I think this is off the bottom, man. You know, what you had here, folks, is this: is that these equities got killed. Freeport-McMoRan in general got killed, and then what you also had, Freeport-McMoRan is one of the largest gold companies in the world, copper companies in the world, and then they bought a huge oil company. I'm wicked bullish commodities right now, big time. You know, my take is that commodities are going to go, and not only go, they're going to be shocking people, actually. And I'm not just talking about gold either, man. You know, you can go through a lot of different commodities right now. Copper is off the lows. It looks to me like iron ore is almost there. You know, U.S. steel. You know, Basil, if you listen to Basil earlier today, he picked U.S. steel up, man. U.S. steel is strong, man. This thing's off the lows. And I love how it's set up, man, because if we pull this back, it's consolidated. Yes, let me put this on a monthly for a second. Yeah, see, this is, okay, so U.S. Steel's consolidated since, I can make the case since 09, you know? Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, it's below those lows, but, you know, bottom line is that the way this is set up, man, and it is, and what has happened is this, is that first the gold companies came off the lows, then it took a bit for gold to come off the lows. Then the copper companies came off the lows, then copper come off the lows. Now, you know, when I was listening to Basil a little bit earlier, I heard him talk about U.S. Steel, so I really start looking at that inside that texture, and it almost looks like, you know, so in iron you got iron ore and you get nickel, and nickels are already moving. So I'm saying to myself, you know what, man, this thing's going, and it probably has to do with that the dollar is just getting smoked, and the dollar is going to go down dramatically, and you know, the dollar will still be the, you know, like our man Andy Heck was saying, it's the best horse in a glue factory. And I said to him, well, guess what? Everything dies in the glue factory. And the bottom line is it looks to me like currencies are going to die. They're not going to, you know, they're just going to all be weak, and assets are going up. I mean, you saw last night a company that no one even knows, folks, is coming in and buying the Chicago Stock Exchange out of China. It's like this place come out of nowhere. And that might even not happen, but they're trying to figure out, okay, where's the, my take, and I was talking about this yesterday, I think everyone's just going after assets because they know that sitting on any type of fiat currency is bad, you know, and it's worth less every day. So when you look at the aspect of what money's all about, money is only buying assets. That's all it's about, you know. Right. Cooking, brother.
Okay, wait. Hey, Tommy?
Yeah.
I sold some of my Freeport yesterday. Where do you think I should get back in at? I see today we're pulling back on lighter volume.
Well, you know where the buy is, man. I mean, the buy is right where you said. I said I won't come back to, which is 485.
Okay.
Cooking, brother.
Yep, bye.
Have a great one, man. Have a safe one. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile-based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com. Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund is currently offering 4-year first mortgages on many of the fully renovated properties that it has purchased. The first mortgages are third-party appraised with a maximum loan-to-value ratio of 70%, providing a secured investment that pays a fixed return of 5% annually, which works out to a monthly income of more than $416 per $100,000 investment with your principal intact and secured. These 4-year first mortgages are perfect for anyone looking for a secured investment that provides monthly income much like a CD. For more information, email tigerfund@tfnn.com or click on the Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund banner along the right side of the tfnn.com homepage, or call our office directly at 877-518-9190. There's a limited supply, so act now. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Tom O'Brien. Welcome back, folks. Now we're going to go over to our man, Mr. Dave White. And don't forget, folks, every trading day, Dave's got a great program, 2 to 3 Eastern Standard Time. Also has a couple great newsletters. He has the Tech Insider, which is a investment newsletter. He's got the Path of Least Resistance, which is the investment newsletter. You can, or just opposite that, rather. Path of Least Resistance is the trading newsletter, Tech Insider. You can test drive both of them by coming over to our website at TFNN, go into newsletters, and you can test drive those right here, right now. Now, this slide I get up here, man, this is going to be really interesting. Hey, Dave, what's going on, man?
Well, I tell you what, you don't want to probably be long any tech stocks lately.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's a blasting, man. That NDX 100. You talking about taking a blasting, man? They're whacking that big. Talk to me about this arrow, man. This is really interesting. That what you have, this slide you have up here.
Well, it's been talked about for a long time. There's several companies that have tried to do it and couldn't get it done, and that is move into areas and provide internet coverage via wireless Wi-Fi. And there's some technical reasons why it's been problematic. And of course, one of the big ones is that wired internet has always moved faster and a lot faster than wireless.
Okay.
But finally, it looks like the technology is kind of caught up to the wired. And this new company, which is basically one of the gentlemen that used to have Arrow, which was going to be the wireless TV version of this.
Right. Now, that was the company that you could basically put a little rabbit ear out and get basically TV for hardly nothing, right?
Right. It was going to be broadcast TV for free, right?
Right.
And you'd be able to have your own DVR at their location. You wouldn't have to have or basically rent anything.
Yeah.
All you needed was an internet connection. Pretty good idea. It didn't make it through the legal hurdles.
Right. So talk to me about how this one works.
Well, since they've already figured out most of the technology to make that part work, they're just turning it into an internet service. And I think that there's some very specific cases where this is going to work very well, especially if you had to dig up a lot of streets to put in new wires.
Sure.
Other places where it isn't easy to put this back in. And, of course, more rural areas where it's, if you have somebody every quarter mile out in a field or something, out in a farm area, it may be a lot tougher. So there's a couple areas that probably the most interesting thing is they've been able to make this technology work and show off that it does work with the Arrow business. So actually, it's going to be interesting. But I think that a lot of people, like you said, they wouldn't deliver your internet across the bridge.
Right.
And that, you end up with all kinds of things, and it doesn't seem to make sense to you, but, they have to go out and spend 3 years and get an environmental impact study to drop a wire, go across maybe, some underground.
Well, what happens in Pinellas County, folks, is that Pinellas County is, barrier islands. So as Dave was saying, what happens is that when you're, on the water, you have these little bridges that go over, and fire stopped right before one of these little barrier islands. And it was like, you got to be kidding me. The whole place was... You got to armor your cables because, of course, there'll be a bunch of signs saying don't anchor here, and that'll be the first place someone throws an anchor down. Yeah, I see.
Yeah, there's just all kinds of technical issues that do happen.
Sure.
And this is
the wireless is totally where it's at, man. No doubt. No doubt.
It certainly would be, because then, of course, you can move anything in any room. And, of course, this is a much higher frequency than your cell phone works at.
Okay.
And would go through walls fairly easily. So there are a lot of good things about it. I just thought it was very interesting that, one, these guys, not taking no for an answer. They're going at probably the secondary part of the business that they were working on to begin with.
And it's actually, what happens is that per household, there's more money in this than there is in the TV.
Yeah, there certainly is.
Yeah.
But they were kind of getting into it on the back end of that TV business. But, it's interesting nonetheless.
Sure. So cheaper Uber. Oh, yeah, I know all about this. Go ahead.
Well, Uber's dropping its prices, at least in New York City.
Yeah, they dropped them. They dropped them in Tampa. They dropped them in Clearwater Beach. $8.
Right.
You know where? Okay, so $8.53, folks. Okay, from Bel Air to Clearwater Beach. That's insane. It cost us $20-25, like always. Not an Uber, but a regular taxi.
Well, when I lived out on Clearwater Beach, I was flying around the world most of the time. For the first couple of years I was down here,
yes.
I was living on that.
St. Key. Yep, I know it well. Yeah, I know where you were.
Up at 880 Mandalay, up at the very north end of the island.
Yeah.
But I remember back then it was like about $25 to go to the airport.
Yeah.
I thought it was expensive. That's in the late 90s.
Right.
But now I'm sure it's $50, $75 by cab, if not more. But yeah, it's their rate is coming down, which is again putting up a much more a lot of problems with the existing cab companies.
Sure.
And I just thought it was very interesting that they could even that they thought that they needed to drop their price.
Well, what they did is this. Statistically, there's a, if I can find it again, I'll send it to you. As soon as they dropped their price, the drivers were actually making more money. Because what happened is that they took the amount of time that they were on the road and the amount of time that they were standing still versus picking people up. So
they're gonna make it up in volume.
They make it up in volume, exactly.
So anyway,
now the drivers, that doesn't mean the drivers are actually going to bring more money into their bottom pocket, because now they're going to pay for gas, the beating up of the car. I mean, there's a lot of other deals in there, but when you just cut to the chase, it's more gross revenue, big time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting, but that continues to be a very interesting thing. The only thing I can't get a hold on is what any of these companies are actually worth. I think it's almost
it's hard to tell. For the consumer, I use Uber a lot now. We use it. The kids use it. We use it. It's awesome, man. It's unbelievable. If you don't even need a car. If Uber's around you, you don't even need a car. That's
as long as you don't get a guy that worked at Taco Bell in it, I think you're okay.
That's a prejudiced statement,
How's that?
Yeah, how's that? Give me a break.
Remember the guy, the Taco Bell executive that beat up the Uber driver?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, that's all I'm saying is that you got to watch out about whether or not, if you're a driver, it does, a lot of these fares are later night stuff. And if you're drunk, probably a great thing to buy an Uber.
Hey, listen,
right?
I think it's a great deal.
Yeah.
I think it's a great deal.
Anyway, drone racing.
Okay.
One of the other things is everybody's talking about drones, but kind of interesting that some of the people that have been around some other bigger ventures in the National Football League, one of the owners of the Miami Dolphins is now getting into the drone racing league.
Okay.
And
wow.
they think they're actually predicting it's going to be bigger than NASCAR.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I can see that.
Well, I thought this is pretty bizarre when I first read it. And then I found out, literally there are more people now watching people play video games than there are that watch football games on an average weekend.
Well, you know, like when you're driving down the street, I always enjoyed, people watching, putting those planes up in the air, watching those models go around, man. That's fun. I mean, I've never done it, but I love watching people do it, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just wondering how it would work out. Anyway, we'll be back in a minute.
Well, you stay right there, okay? We'll be coming right back. You stay. Well, here, we got one segment left, folks. We're going to be right back. You stay right there.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. And we got gold taking off big time here, folks. Gold's up 15.80. We got silver up 15 cents. Dave and I are just going to take a quick call here. We got Max from Fort Lauderdale. Hey, Max, what's going on?
Hey, good afternoon, Tom.
How you doing?
A quickie here on RGLD. It seems to be lagging. Didn't it used to follow GLD?
Well, it did until it got. This equity got croaked quite a while ago. I mean, this came down. It was vicious on the way down in November, and it basically cracked the stock in a big way. That being said, it's making its way back, and you get the juice on a weekly, monthly, all of the above, and you're 38.96, and yeah, I suspect it's going to basically get into that number, and the next move is up to this like 42.21 number.
What caused it to crash so much?
I believe fundamentally that they're streaming. Okay, so they're really in the streaming business, meaning that what they end up doing is that they act like a bank.
The royalty business.
I'm sorry?
The royalty business.
That's correct. That's correct. And, a lot of their royalties evidently weren't coming through. And it was a fundamental deal, that's for sure.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Have a great one, man. Have a safe one. And folks, if you do like to test drive the Gold Report, great time to do it. You can do it 30 days absolutely free. We're talking with our man, Mr. Dave White, and the CRISPR news, right?
And I talked, this is probably really the biggest thing in technology that happened last year, which is CRISPR. It's the ability to actually go in and edit genes. And this is at least the first mention I've seen anywhere of a big success story.
Okay.
But they are now able and have been able to fix live humans that have problems with their eyes. There's a retinus.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Pigmentosa.
Yeah.
Which is called RP for most places. But it basically leads to blindness.
Okay.
About 1 million people each year affected by it. But they are able now to go in there, edit the genes, put the genes back in, and have cured several people already with basically what is a genetic defect that causes blindness. So I've been kind of worried about the whole Frankenstein ability of CRISPR and the ability for them to edit it, which still worries me.
Yeah, no, I can see that, but you know, just that's quite a first one, though, right? You know,
it is. It's now we're starting to see the benefits of a lot of this stuff that even 10 years ago, 15 years ago, the race to actually sequence the entire DNA chain. Now we're to the point where we found a very easy way that the cell that DNA itself will edit itself, and it's just kind of a plug and play kind of thing. And now with big, very big computers.
You know, it's amazing, Dave. I wonder. I wonder. You know, I was talking with someone last night, and someone had just got a new heart, and the guy's like 60 years old, and he just got a heart from a 22-year-old, and of course, the guy's doing great. But I wonder if you get a heart from a 22-year-old. I mean, does that mean you get a heart that's even pumping better? Would that be correct, or is the rest of your system like down more and it wouldn't pump as much? Do you know?
Well, it's certainly not as good as your heart because, of course, you always have the problems with rejection.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, yes, he has basically a 22-year-old heart.
I know. When I heard it, I said, how cool was that, right? I mean, it was like...
The only thing is all those movies always haze me. It seemed like every movie that you got a heart was always one that was like a killer or a mass murder or something. Yeah. And it was at the end of the movie, of course, the guy always turns into the body part he got.
No, I know. But that was pretty cool, man. Yeah.
No, it's good. But rejection's always the biggest problem with all of those.
Sure. Thanks so much, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it like a nice big motion picture. Step into it, take ownership and fly with it. Thanks for being here, folks. Have a great weekend, safe weekend. Look forward to speaking right back here on Monday morning. Go get them, folks.